What's up guys, welcome back for another YgoPro duel video. Finally there up on YgoPro, the new trains, the new rank 10 trains. Couple of new cards were revealed. I believe in total 4 cards, right? Regular, 2 effect monsters, 1 spell, a reborn slash special summon spell, and the new rank 11 exceed I believe, but you can just overlay it with any rank 10 monsters. And as you see in the deck list, pretty much all of them are instant 3 off here in the main deck, and that pretty much says a lot for this, at least of this new support. They got like a new level 10 monster, Bullet Liner. It can basically special summon itself from the hand, right? Again, boosting up those rank 10 exceed plays. That's very important. It has like a search effect or an add effect during the end phase when it's sent to the graveyard during that turn. So that can be off of Shaddolls fusion, a discard cost. So again, very solid card. They got a new Wolf Bark, a new level 4 that special summons something from the grave, like a level 10. Yeah, indeed, it can also modify levels on the field. So fantastic card. They got a new Goki rematch as well, the new spell card Urgent Schedule. Also basically special summons 2 monsters from your deck, 1 level 4, 1 level 10, right? So again, fantastic support. And last but not least, the big guy, right? Your Juggernaut can attack multiple times by a crit, or at least by detaching. It gains 2k attack, so boosting it up, boosting itself up to 2000, at least to 6k, indeed 6000 attack points. It will be the only monster being allowed to attack, but again, if you can attack multiple times on your opponent's monsters with 6k, in most situations that will be GG. 40 cards, Shaddolls are here in the main deck. Shaddolls Fusion just does a lot during your, at least going second, right? Sending Shaddolls Dragon, popping a back row from your opponent. Shekinaga can potentially trigger the field spell, and of course, well, it's just advantage. Again, also a potential level 10 monster on the field. I've been thinking about adding in Cyber Dragon and Mega Fleet to the main deck as well, but again, it's up to you if you want to do that. A couple of, you need, like always, a couple of examples. Ash Blossoms are in the main deck, and Impermanence as well. You need that to stop your opponent's floodgates and force you or make you able to go for those extra cheesy plays, right? Now, with the new Juggernaut, leaving 2 low attack monsters in attack position with hardly any defense is not really a great idea against rank 10 trains. So normal summon the Pegasus being the Wolf Bark, right? Special summon a couple of level 10s to the field. I have another rank 10 play ready because of the, Sky Striker link pointing upwards, but it's not needed here since Juggernaut can attack multiple times on his monsters, and 6k multiple times to the face is a GG well played. Another example, opponent goes first. Again, very solid opening with Shaddolls Fusion going second. The Urgent Schedule is also a card that, again, is basically a Goki rematch for the deck, special summoning the 2 monsters from your deck, but it has a small hinder, is that your opponent needs to control more monsters, right? So again, it's something to keep in mind. Impermanence is needed to negate the Vortex. Again, Shaddolls Fusion will put a big body on the field, and the normal summon will lead to eventually Cliff for Genius. Then use your schedule, your Urgent Schedule, and that of course triggers your Genius of searching something from your deck. Again, very solid. Genius can also potentially negate something, right? Being a skill drain until the end phase. Anyway, so yeah, just at least made sure that Juggernaut would have been able to OTK this again. If you use one of Switchyard's effects, the field spell effects, you can't do battle damage for the rest of the turn. So making sure that Juggernaut will, will just can use its effect uninterrupted and potentially go for game, but the Ghost Ogre said no. So again, having the field spell as a follow-up, and I believe one of the new you need level 10 Earth Machine ones let me go to multiple special summons, and it's just ridiculous that the Wolf Bark guy, your Pegasus, also triggers off of your Switchyard special summons. So again, so ridiculous. Again, this deck now with this new support has so many ways to pump out a link, and at the same time multiple rank 10 monsters. And let's not forget, also have a recovery play, since that's something that the deck lacked before, right? So, okay, you can go for your Dora or your rank 10, and then, well, that's basically it, right? But nope, this new support definitely comes through and, helps with card resources or, card management. Anyway, he's able to dodge the impermanence, and that's all fine, I guess. I can still detach the heavy train to pop the Diane, and well, I'm not really sure what his eventual end field will be. I believe it's going to end with Boral Sword, I think. BLS is searched out, so he will only be able to use it next turn. Yeah, Boral Sword and set 1 back row, which can be impermanence or Call of the Haunted or whatever, right? So using the field spell, detach, and special summon the Bullet Liner to go for Sky Palace. Sky Palace forces out, you know, the Boral Sword or the back row, right? Maybe I should have used Dora to make Sky Palace unaffected by card effect, so again, just some extra attack beat stick, some extra attack power, but I think I wasn't able to attack for game either way, I think, or at least, yeah, maybe forcing or yeah, somewhat sacrificing my Dora for the Juggernaut, but even then. But anyway, plays have been made. Okay, BLS is going to force out the Dora negate. The NK is not really that threatening, and he has, at least he does have 2 attack position monsters, so that just screams to get Juggernaut. Not that, if that makes sense. Going for Mrs. Radiant, and the Juggernaut will OTK here, or at least try to go for the OTK with Gustav Max, dealing 2k burn damage, and Juggernaut again pumping itself up to 6000 indeed. The opponent's going to survive since Mrs. Radiant cannot attack. But yeah, whatever, right? The Soul Charge for 1, and I do have the top deck, like any train monster will be fine to trigger the Switchyard, and I do. There is Night Express, so again, this is a GG well played, right? Well, yeah, you know, discard the Ash Blossom, and then I believe Surge Heavy Train and normal summon the Express Knight, I believe the name is Heavy Train, etc, etc. Another example, okay, the opponent gets to start, definitely going to Ash Blossom the Graph, not let him Surge, right, but Dante is an okay, okay, that's definitely a solid first turn move. Here, I can't gain the advantage of a potential Clifford Genius Surge, because I was used, at least I was forced to use the schedule earlier, or before the Clifford Genius Link Summon, right, so going for Dora first. Eventually, I made a mistake. Genius should have negated the Liner. Again, Liner can attack the 3k beat stick, but I believe you have to send 2 cards on your side of the field to the graveyard, so that's not really that optimal. Just negate the effect with Genius, since now I was kind of forced to use, or at least detach the Heavy Train off of the Dora. But again, 2 searches in the end phase, 1 with a level 4 from the deck, and 1 with the new level 10, the Liner, right? So again, just basically making sure you have multiple plays during your next turn, and that's so disgusting, since this deck it's just so easy to put out those level 10 monsters and rank 10 plays, right? Farfai is going to eventually banish the Dora, try to make it unaffected, but the second Fog Blade will negate the Dora due to the chain links. But again, no, at least I think we know both cards in his hand, no hand traps, so I can freely go for Juggernaut OTK, right? What is it called? Gustav Max dealing the 2k needed, and eventually Juggernaut will deal some huge attack, and yeah, eventually going for a game. Last example against Thunder Dragons, again going first this time with a standard opening play, right? Dora with the Heavy Train attached and impermanence, well, any hand trap would do. Definitely going to negate the Thunder, at least the Solar Batteryman. The card does so much for Thunder Dragons, and here I think I wasted my Heavy Train a bit too early, right? Yeah, destroying the Link, but at least my thought process was, okay, he has to sacrifice this extra monster zone to go for the extra deck summon, but well, yeah, anyway, so he does go for Titan, I believe the TCG name is, so going for Juggernaut to get the extra attack boost of 4k, try to attack over his Titan. And yeah, the Call by the Grave was needed to negate or interrupt the Titan destruction effect. So okay, I'm still in a good position, relatively good position. And Lone Wolf, I believe he's trying to upgrade. No, he can't go for, at least I think he can't go for Boral Sword. So putting the Super Bolt, I've got its name, you know, the TCG name in defense position. This is a mistake, a hasty mistake on my part. Attack into Super Bolt gets him another search. And then again, why would you attack into Super Bolt knowing he does because, yeah, need Super Bowl knowing he has multiple grave effects. He can just, at least multiple Thunder Dragons in his graveyard to get banished, right? But anyway, Unicorn will just bounce back. The Juggernaut, he'll go for some nice damage, but he only has one back row, and I don't think it's going to matter that much, since because of Sky Palace forcing out the back row, popping the back row, and immediately upgrading for Juggernaut, and then that's so ridiculous, right? Juggernaut just reads, pop one card from your opponent, and after that nuke them for multiple attacks and so much damage, which again opens up so many possible OTKs, right? This is currently my list. Like always, feel free to leave suggestions. Exodius is just filler, but can be other cards. Cyber Dragon again to go for the Chimera, this Mega Fleet. Limit Removal, not a huge fan of that card, but I'm a huge fan of Shaddolls Engine. Okay, guys, that's it. Thanks so much, and feel free to leave a card or a like if you enjoyed the video. Lithium signing out. Peace.